Hi, today we'll talk about measures of center. Mean, median, mode, midrange. And our goal is not only to know how to find them, but also be able to interpret them. So let's first do a little overview. All of these characteristics of the center show what data is located in the middle of the data set. The mean, or what we used to say average, but statisticians don't like the word average, so we're going to say mean, is the sum of the values in the data set divided by the number of values in that data set. Median is the value that is located in the middle of the data set after we arrange them in order from least to greatest or from greatest to least. Mode is the value that occurs most often. Midrange is found by adding the minimum value, maximum value, and dividing them by 2. Don't confuse it with the range. It's not the same as range. Range shows how wide the data set varies from minimum to the maximum. Range is the difference between the minimum and the maximum. And midrange is found by adding the minimum and the maximum and divide by 2. Let's say we want to do a research on hourly rate in the Untitled Valley. Using the data collection techniques we learned in previous chapter, we collected data from a sample of 10 individuals. Now we want to find the characteristics of the center for this sample. But first, let's review some abbreviations. In statistics, there are abbreviations that we just need to be able to recognize and apply them properly. Population mean is abbreviated as mu and is equal to the sum of all the data values divided by the number of the data values. This symbol means the sum. It's the Greek letter sigma. The sample mean is abbreviated as x bar, and it's equal to the sum of all the values in the sample divided by the total number of the values in the sample. Mean is equal all the values added up and then dividing by the total number of the values, which is 10, is equal to 185 divided by 10 is $18.5 is the mean hourly rate from this sample. Now let's find median. In order to find median, we have to arrange the data from least to greatest. Once we arrange data from least to greatest, we can find the median. We start crossing the first, last, till we get to the middle. If there are 2 values in the middle, like in this case, then we find the midpoint between 16 and 17 by adding 16 plus 17 and dividing by 2. The median of this data set is 16.5 or $16.50. Now let's find the midrange. To find the midrange, we add the minimum value, the maximum value, divided by 2. 44 divided by 2 is equal to $22. That's the midrange. Now let's find the mode. I can see that there are 2 modes in this data set. 16 occurs 2 times and 18 occurs 2 times. So there are 2 modes in this data set, 16 and 18. The round-off rule for mean, median, and midrange is that we round 1 more decimal than the original data values. Now let's do some observations. Let's say we now ask 1 more person how much they made, and it happened to be a fancy lawyer, some very expensive fancy lawyer, and they say they make $350 an hour. Now we have a set of 11 data values. Let's calculate again the mean, median, mode, and midrange for this data set. Since the mean is all the values added up, and we already added 10 values before, and we got 185, I'm going to use 185 and add the new value, 350. Divided by 11 is equal to 48.6363. 63 is repeating, so we could put a bar above the 63 to indicate that it's repeating decimal. But remember, the mean is rounded 1 more decimal than the original data value, Our original data value is the whole number, so we round our mean to 1.48.6. That's our new mean. Our old mean was 18.5. See how significantly higher our new mean is now because of the outlier. 350 is called an outlier because it stands way far from the majority of the values in the dataset. We will now look for the new median. The median of this dataset is 17. As we can see, the median did not change much. Our old median was 16.5. As we could observe, mean is not resistant to the outliers. Mean changed significantly with the outliers. Median is resistant from the outliers because the outliers are located at the end of the dataset. And when we find the median, then we cross the outliers and go to the middle of the dataset. Mode is still the same. We have two modes, 16 and 18. And midrange, as you can see, also changed significantly because now we add the outlier as the right limit and we still have 12 as the lower value. The new midrange is 181. It is significantly higher than the old midrange of 22. Coming up in the next video, finding the weighted mean and finding a mean from a distribution table. I'll see you soon.